Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. This is just after Christmas. If you notice, I went a couple of days without making videos. I actually gotten sick. My little boy got sick a few days back, and I wound up catching it from him. And when I went to go make videos, my voice was so scratchy. I was coughing every time I tried to speak. And I was like, you know what? Let's just give this a couple of days and let this sit, before I start making videos. But my favorite time of year to be doing Exitus Elite, y'all, is right before Christmas and right after Christmas, because so many people are looking for ways to make money online. Now, Exitus Elite is actually a training series. It's an entire system as well, so you can make money with just selling Exitus Elite, but it teaches you how to do any online business and some of the best and most organized training I've ever been a part of. So when people look at Exitus Elite, first thing I think of is basically it's $1,000 commission business. Now we do have, excuse me, we do have the G2000 which recently came into the system in the last year, and we've gotten a lot of G2000s in the process. But just quality itself is the first word that comes to mind every time I think of Exitus Elite. Now I blew this up so you could take a look at this. I typed in "you have made some money" because that's what Exitus Elite shows when you actually do get paid. And if you notice here is 1, 2, this is 4, this is 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and of course I could keep on scrolling down. There's many more of them. There's some more up here at the top as well. But the whole point is, what do these emails actually indicate is this right here. They're $1,000 commissions, if not $2,000 commissions. And though the company has actually been around since 2014, I'm going to show you some of the actual pages from the company itself. We have a 90% ratio of people that come in at the $1,000 level or the new $2,000 level compared to all the other levels combined. We do have a G100, a 250, a 500, the 1,000, and then now the new G2000. The reason that's life-changing to me is because at $1,000 or a $2,000 level, it's not so expensive that people can't do it. Yet every time you get an email letting you know that you just made money, it is life-changing when it's $1,000 or $2,000. So to me, when I first got in online business, y'all, this was back in 2014. I did restaurants for 26 years prior. I was able to get free from a job May 7th of 2015, so it took me about 6 months. And I really put a lot of time and effort. I was doing a lot of YouTube videos. I was doing a lot of posting on Facebook, branding myself every step of the way, and I didn't even really know what I was doing. But what I had taught myself, y'all, let me show you this real quick. This is a couple of notes right here. You can do the wrong business correctly and still be in the wrong business. This was actually June. I just got free from the job. I was making maybe $4,000 to $5,000 a month, enough to pay the bills, but it wasn't another extravagant amount of money. So here I was putting 300 to 350 members a month into a business that was making about $33 commissions. And just because I put them in the business didn't mean they actually went active. So that's where the $4,000 to $5,000 was making, somewhere in the ballpark. If you notice, I was number one on the leaderboard. The moment I went number one, I stayed number one until I left that business. Now, let me tell you this. As soon as I left playing with these really small $33 businesses or $18 businesses or whatever they were, that's when the life-changing income had taken place. I had a refrigerator, and somebody I knew had personally made $7,000 in a month, and that's where I wanted to be at. I wanted to be $7,000 plus. Never made that kind of money before in online business, so I made that my goal, y'all. When I quit playing with the wrong vehicle and got in a vehicle like Exitus Elite, that's when everything changed to that $13,000. I remember I made $13,000, and that in the month I was supposed to have been making $7,000, and it actually scared me. You know, I'd never made that kind of money before. I actually took a week just to let that sink in and let me know how real this business is. These businesses are. And let me show you. Now this is Exitus Elite right here. This is in 30 days. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is 17,000 that I made in 30 days. Now, the beautiful thing about this is I didn't make this years and years ago. This is recent. So even though Exitus Elite is a 7-year-old business, and I have personally been with them going on my 6th year, that's the kind of money that can still be made here, y'all. This was a couple weeks or a couple months back. This is 4,000 I made in 4 days. This is me having 50 to 60,000 sitting in the bank. And I want you to understand something, y'all. I did restaurants for 26 years. The most money I ever had in the bank was $15,000. And when I got free from the job and started focusing at the right businesses, vehicles that can get you where you actually want to be at in life, this is when the 50, 60,000 plus was sitting in the bank. They're making enough money to pay a house off, be able to pay cash for a sports car, put it in your driveway, things like that, y'all. This is when it started taking place. Exitus Elite, y'all. I have done really well in almost every business I've ever done. If I don't believe in it, I'm not going to join it. Please understand. And understand, I've got over 300 videos for Exitus Elite alone, so it's not like something that I've just jumped into and say, well, let's make some money and then off I'm gone. I've never been like that with Exitus Elite. This has been my primary business for years now. But I want you to look at this, y'all. This is 40,000 in 30 days that I've made inside of Exitus Elite. I had a $9,000 day inside of Exitus Elite alone. The first 2 weeks in Exitus Elite, y'all, I made 31,000 and actually in 13 days. That is life-changing income that comes inside this business, y'all. Let me show you this. I'm just going to scroll through webinars, y'all. When we have webinars, Paul Stevenson is actually, the one that's actually directing the webinar itself. Often we'll have one of the leaders, a 6 or 7 figure earner, that's telling you what he's doing or things like that to make it work. This is Darren, one of the guys that did one of the webinars not too long ago. This is Scott Warren. He is the actual lawyer of Paul Stevenson, the owner of Exitus Elite. So we had the chance to talk directly to him to see what we can and can't do. And when things change, y'all, and FTC or SEC and stuff like that make these little alterations and stuff like that, he's on top of this to let us know how we need to stay and keep managing, our businesses the correct way. And that's the number one word that Paul Stevenson is really good at as well, in my opinion, is managing Exitus Elite, right? So, excuse me, this is us actually introducing G2000 the first time in the webinar. Questions and answer, y'all. This is about 30 minutes of Paul Stevenson going through, answering any questions that anybody might have typed in, or sometimes he'll open the mic for a person so they can ask them, and it'll either go to the person that's doing the interview, or being interviewed, or Paul Stevenson himself. So these are really good webinars, and that's Paul Stevenson right here. I can tell you this, y'all. I have got so many videos of Exitus Elite. Matter of fact, this was 5 days ago. This was before I got sick, y'all. I want you to look at all this. Every one of these are Exitus Elite. Every one of these going back for the longest time. So what I want you to do, y'all, if you really want to know how good Paul Stevenson is, you can go cherry pick any video I've gotten since I came into Exitus Elite, and you're going to hear me talk about how good Paul Stevenson of an owner he is, and how he cares about his people more than anybody else, and why, even though I've been number 1, number 2 in the world in other offers over the years, why I chose Exitus Elite to be my primary business, even now going into 2022, and a lot of it's because I was tired of seeing owners make bad decisions. I was tired of seeing owners that would change something and not be man enough to put it back like it's supposed to be. Watch them run it into the ground. Sometimes I think they've done it on purpose. I was tired of seeing my downline getting hurt, or me getting hurt. And I want you to understand, y'all, I've been with Exitus Elite, made some incredible income with this money. Me and other leaders, there's other ones. It's not just Shawn making money in this company, right? Let me tell you something, y'all. None of us has been hurt. Paul Stevenson's never gave me a dime. I've never been paid from him directly. Exitus Elite doesn't pay us. We pick how we want to get paid. We get paid immediately, and we always make 100% commissions, and that's priceless, y'all. This is what makes Exitus Elite going on. It's over 7 years now, going on 7.5 years that this business has been around, and why we're still adding new pages and adding new content and things of that nature, just like we added the G2000 recently. It is an awesome business. Now, I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you some of the quality of the pages and stuff. Now, this is $280 I sent to my account recently. Somebody came in at one of the lower levels, and I just sent that to it. This is actually one of the sales pages itself that we get. This is a replicated web page. It shows the G100, the 250, the 500, the 1000, G2000. I want you to understand something. I put your first member in for you. I've been doing that for my team longer than anybody else in the entire company for Exitus Elite. Okay? So that's one of the biggest gifts I can give my downline. I also have my 3-generation bonus training, which is going to be, I'm actually updating it right now. I've made, I think, about 9 videos So I'm actually updating and adding more videos to it as well to provide you with some brand new training in the process. So it's definitely going to be something, but you're going to get the benefits of all of this. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And you can use my training to give your downline as well to give them incentive to come into the business, right? So even though the company has a 90%, I have a 20-to-1 ratio of people coming at G1000 or higher compared to any other levels inside this business. So it is, to me, a life-changing company, absolutely. Beautiful pages, y'all. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you this one. I just wanted to show you that there are some really, really pretty pages. The G100, 250, 500, 1000, G2000. Now, if somebody came in at G1000 and they wanted to upgrade to the G2000, all they have to do is pay the difference. So you don't get punished for not coming in at the highest level right from the get-go. Now, at the G1000, we'll keep using this as an example, the 500 level, all the training and the commissions, the 250 and the 100, the exact same thing, all come with this. So when you come at G1000, you're getting the G500, the 250 and 100, the commissions that go with it as well. Now, understand Exitus Elite is a one-up system. That means you give up one person, and that one commission at your highest level, and then you are good to go. You don't have to give away any other, it's always at your highest level. So if you came in at G1000 today, and tomorrow your brother wanted to come in, and you put him in underneath you, what's going to happen is if you go with a different leader, you're actually going to lose that first person and that commission. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm actually going to supply that person for you and put that person in for you, so that every person you put in will be your person and your commission. Now, just to explain how this works, at the G1000 level, if you brought in 50 people that came in the G500, the 250, and the 100, none of these would be pass-ups. The lower levels are always yours. The reason Paul does this is we've come to the agreement that letting you actually keep the lower commissions will help you make more money that can help you upgrade. So if you got all these 500s and 250 and 100 levels and stuff like that, it would help you make enough money so that you can upgrade to the G2000. You see what I'm saying? So in turn, we're actually going to wind up making more money because we're allowing you to make money in the process. And that's exactly how it works, y'all. So it's a really awesome system itself. As soon as you get into the business itself, you have a getting started video, which is Paul Stevenson, showing you how to set up your merchants, introducing you everything that's inside the back office so that you're ready and good to go, and you start getting out to people immediately. So it's a really, really pretty system, y'all. Let me show you the quality of some of the pages. This is one of my favorite ones right here. We've got several of them that's been updated in the last couple of years, and I'm sure we'll be adding some more. But when I look at this video, y'all, this is the capture page inside of Exitus Elite, one of the pages. I look at this and I think, if somebody took this much time to create a capture page that looks like this, can you imagine what the system's going to be like? And the training, y'all, it's got one section called Legends, and there's 20 people who are 6- and 7-figure earners who absolutely, they do interviews to where they tell you exactly how things changed. What was the moment when everything took place? What they did that turned around to make them start making, success inside their businesses and things of that nature. In my opinion, I'd say the Legends is probably one of the best parts of the training itself. But we're adding new training on a regular basis. Paul Stevenson popped in the Facebook group one day. We got a private Facebook group for members. And he's like, y'all, I want you to take a look at this. And it was like, so we all jumped in and took a look at it, and there was 15 new videos that had been added into the back office. Just bam, it was just free training that had been added to it. And a lot of times, y'all, if there's something like crypto that's going crazy, people want to know how to do crypto. He'll add new crypto stuff in and things of that nature. So he's really trying to keep us on the cutting edge of everything we need to do and know. Also, when we have webinars, some people like bots. Some people don't like bots. It don't matter. Some people like this way of getting out to people in this way. Paul is keeping track of everything that's taking place. And what he'll do is he'll have the owner of a company for like this bot or something like that, bot system itself. And you can go ask questions directly to him. And if there's a charge, usually the owner, because it's coming to Exitus Elite as an option, you don't have to do this stuff. Please understand that. Oh, you're ready the moment you get in here and pay, set up your merchants and start getting out to people. It's just letting you know that these are options for you to go ahead and, if you wanted to do bots and things like that, he even usually gives you a discount as well, and may even go as far as having the company itself, Exitus Elite, set everything up for you. I personally like to do YouTube. I am really comfortable. I'm old school with YouTube, and Exitus Elite has worked really good with me for that over the years. I've done some Facebook as well, posted on my phone. I can be out and about and do stuff like that. So those are my two choices personally on how to get out to people. So please understand, just because Paul has a webinar, these are examples of things that may be to come for you in the future if you choose to do so. That's entirely up to you. But to me, that's just awesome that Paul keeps us up to date on that stuff. Secondly, y'all, here's another big thing. Paul is constantly updating the emails and things like that we have in the back office to help deliverability as much as possible. Almost every time I talk to Paul Stevenson on the phone, he'd be something like, he always brings up emails and talking about Yahoo and stuff like that. And when we're sending out 10,000 emails, for our leads, because this is an entire system that, keeps track of your leads, lets you know if they're active, not active, if they've turned to members, if they upgraded. I could go all the way back to August the 1st of 2016, when the first day in this business, and can tell you every member and every lead that came through and what they did. So it's a really powerful lead system as well. So we have really good follow-up emails to go out and process here. So this is actually one of my own pages. If you come into business with me and you like to use this page itself, it's a really pretty one. I've just recently updated it. So I showed my Exitus Elite 3-generation bonus training. I talk about a lot of great things that come into the business. The number one things I think that make it special. We have the best comp plan ever. Also, one up ridiculously low admin fee. Y'all, the company, only time they ever make money is from the admin fee itself. We make 100% commissions every time. That's priceless. I would much rather have that than every time I made a $2,000 commission, the company made 400 or 600, something crazy like that. So the admin fee is ridiculously low compared to the amount of money that we're making inside this business. I'll update it in November, and I don't even think twice about it, y'all. So it's a given. We get paid immediately, 100% commissions every time. We get to pick how we want to get paid. Let me see if I can't show you all that real quick. These are the choices I've given my back office, y'all. I have debit and credit card, PayPal, Cash App, and then I have others. I think Google Pay, Western Union, some different options as well that I wound up putting in here. And I actually made a payment page as well, showing PayPal, debit or credit, Cash App, Google Pay, Western Union as being options down there that I give my people. But the point is, y'all, you actually get to pick how you want to get paid inside this business. Now, there's a whole big list, and you just go through and pick each one. When somebody goes to sign up underneath you, they're going to pay for the admin fee first. Once that's done, it's going to direct them to go ahead and pay for their package, and this is going to be the choices that you're giving them. If you want to do crypto as one of your choices, you can do that. If you like PayPal, if you don't like PayPal, if you like Stripe, and on Zelle, whatever you want to call it, Cash App, blah, 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 you can give these people all these different options. And I would suggest trying to give more than one. Last thing in the world and you want is to have somebody who can't pay you. And listen, here's another tip too. On this page, when you click right here, definitely give them your phone number, your email at minimum, maybe even your Facebook. So if they're having any issues or would like to talk to you about how they could pay you, they'll have easy access to you. So I would highly suggest doing that whenever you can. Okay, so we get to pick how we want to get paid. We have sales pages, the entire system for every level. So even if you come in at lower levels, you have the exact same quality pages that I just showed you, like the capture page earlier, the sales page. We have capture pages, collect emails for you. You can completely run your business by your phone. The moment you come in and you make a username and set up your merchants, your link is ready. You can get out with people on your phone just as easy as anything. And I'm out and about. We got a yacht at the beach. I could go there and stay there for the weekend without my laptop, and then somebody say, hey, I'm ready for this business, and bam, I can send them that link right there through the phone. Everything works fine. So you can absolutely run this with just your phone itself. Let's see here. Where was that at? You can run. Okay. We have autoresponder emails that are effective. Well, of course they are. We also have Aweber and GetResponse if somebody likes prefer to use that as well. And all the emails, you can see which they are in the back, what days they go out, and things of that nature, and when they're updated. We have weekly webinars every Wednesday for members and or leads. Awesome. Now, sometimes what he'll do is Paul Stevenson say, this one's going to be for your leads. So go get as many people, and then Paul's going to help talk them into, maybe possibly becoming a member into the business. And so that happens at times. Most of the times they are members webinars where they have somebody, being introduced, or Paul sitting there, asking maybe about future plans, just like the G2000. He brought it towards us and asked us what we thought before we ever actually implemented it. And this is something that I really think that makes Paul different. He's not someone that's just going to dictate, this is the business, bam, bam, bam. He'll ask you, what did you think about this? Sometimes we don't like some of the plans. Sometimes we'll try something. And if it don't work, if we're not happy, Paul's man enough to change it back. And that's what makes him a great owner. He manages the business, okay? We have an awesome back office access to lead and member information. I already said that earlier. Make this a little bit bigger. We have lower and upper levels from $100 to $2,000 commissions. Upper gives you the lower levels, commissions, training, and the overrides. Now, let me explain this. If you came in at G1000 and I'm a G2000, okay, just give me an example. So you came underneath me as the G1000, and then you have a downline to come into G100, right? 90% of the people coming in this business will come to G1000. We already know that, right? So in their case, if they had their first one to come at G2000, they're going to make $100. You're going to make $900 because you went to G1000, and I'm going to make $1,000 because you only came into G1000. Those are called overrides themselves. Understand what I'm saying? So when you can, if you believe in this business, which is an awesome business, I can tell you that, then I would highly suggest trying to go as big as you can inside your business so you don't wind up losing. You can be in a vehicle that can be life-changing, but if you're not set up to make that life-changing income, then that's on you. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, man, $1,000, $2,000 here are absolutely incredible. The company never holds our money, ever. That's pretty awesome right here. Matter of fact, the company never even pays us. We pick how we want to get paid. We pay each other. So that takes so much stress off the company. And that's why 7 years later, we're still growing like crazy and not having any issues at all. This is worldwide. If they can pay you, they can do this business. Most quality system I have ever used. I've had so many people tell me, even big leaders that have, working on their 5th or 6th year in this company as well, because of the quality itself, y'all. Absolutely. We have an awesome leaderboard. This helps push you and lets you and your downline see the money that is being made here. We got the 100 to 250 to 500 to 1000 G2000 leaderboard, and I'm usually up there on like 2 or 3 of them. I'm usually number 1 on the G1000, to be honest, because I made so many videos over the years, over 300 of them, where I talked about G1000. So even when the G2000 came out, I would highly suggest coming in G2000. I'm just letting you know that, you'll see me often on the leaderboards. And even, I don't even notice, I don't even go back there and look at it often. A lot of times my downline will tell me that's where I'm at on the leaderboards, number 1 for G1000. This is literally a word-for-word copy and paste training. No gray areas training here. We have access to our owner directly and a support team manager. Paul Stevenson's son is Jacob. Jacob does an absolutely incredible job. He's reached out to me at times, let me know when somebody was trying to come in, maybe it's a senior who's having issues or, whatever it may be, then tell me maybe I need to reach out to them so we don't wind up losing a member coming part of Exitus Elite and me losing the commission because of something crazy. Those are things that I've never seen that a support guy do. And if I ever had an issue, y'all, I can reach out to him and it's straightened out within minutes. It's absolutely incredible. Paul Stevenson has a tendency, if I get quiet, if I had gotten sick, or things that's happened in my life in the last year, y'all, I'll give you an example. My girlfriend's appendix erupted. She was in the hospital, it was a month that she was out of work. So a lot of my attention was focused with her. She got sick a few months later, had actually respiratory failure. She was in the hospital in intensive care for a few weeks. Her daughter is in the hospital right now with 2 broke legs and a broke arm from a car wreck. So when things happen, and I know it sounds like a lie, it really has, but things happen, and I'm not around for a while, Paul will call me and say, hey, buddy, just wanted to see if you're doing okay. I hadn't seen you in a while. I want to make sure everything was good. Things of that nature. So this is a man who cares about his members more than anybody else I've seen. We have a Facebook support group with happy and active members. This is very, very important. And let me tell you all this. There are members that they're not big leaders, just come in here making money. They'll be on the leaderboard, number 2, number 3, and I've never even heard who they are. and see people come in. Somebody made what, 6,000, maybe more in like 3 days inside this business. Seeing people, but when you make 2,000 on commissions, y'all, bam, bam, bam. It don't take long to make incredible income, itself. So that's a big one. If lower level upgrades, they just pay the difference. I told you that so you don't get punished. The best owner I ever worked with, point blank, period. So, y'all, let me go ahead and tell you. I've been number one, number two in the world in all sorts of different things. I've made real good money in businesses where I watched the owners destroy it. And I just got tired of seeing that happening. And so being able to grab a hold of Exitus Elite, and that's been my primary now since December of 2017, I decided I was going to focus at this one. Why? Because it's the most money I ever made in a day, most money I ever made in a week, most money I've ever made in a month came from this business. I don't have to worry about the company getting in trouble. I don't have to worry about the owner doing anything stupid, and I don't have to worry about my downline getting hurt. It becomes priceless. And then add all the elements that we've gotten to this, the quality of the pages itself. Paul's not going to put anything here that's not quality, and I don't see that ever changing. And it becomes the vehicle to be in for 2022, probably 2023. 7-year-old business that's been duplicated by other companies because they know how good the system really is. So what you want to do, y'all, is contact me. Look down below, y'all. Here's my phone number right here. 910-379-3129. Please give me a call. Tell me that you're ready to come at G1000. I'm going to send you the link of the last person that came in. We're going to get them qualified. They're going to be smiling from ear to ear to see you come in. And then I'm going to take your link and do the exact same with the next one that comes in as well. The G1000 or the G2000 level. Make any comments down below. Go ahead and put a like and subscribe to my channel, y'all, because I make a lot of videos. Like I said, 300 plus for this company alone. There's nobody even close to the number of videos that I have created. And just let me know that you're ready to do this thing, y'all, and we'll have you sitting right in the right vehicle for 2022. With that being said, y'all, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate it.